All right, so we are going to be testing some conductors and insulators. All right, guys, I hope you've had a good day today. We're going to be testing some insulators and conductors. So you're going to be opening up the lab called Conductor versus Insulator, and I'm going to record myself, obviously, doing some tests to find out whether or not the items that I listed below are going to help conduct electricity. Remember, conductors are going to be items that allow for electricity or electrons to flow freely through them. And then the insulator is going to be just the opposite of that. The insulator is not going to allow for electrons or for electricity to flow freely through them. So it's not going to, basically in this situation, the light bulb won't light up. So I'll show you the materials in just a second. I just want to go ahead and give you a second to get this open. It should say Conductor versus Insulator Lab. You'll see at the top, just like we had this set up last week with static electricity, it says the question, which of the following materials will be a conductor of electricity or an insulator of electricity? And we're going to be testing a penny, a wooden stick, a rubber band, a piece of paper, Play-Doh, and a paper clip. So we're going to try to see which of these items or which ones of these items are going to make this light bulb light up in this little circuit that I have made. So for your hypothesis, remember, it should be written in an if, then, because. So I'll remind you by adding that on there. So you're going to write it in an if, then, because. And I'm just curious to see which of those items you think are going to be conductors and which of those items you think are going to be insulators. So you'll take a second and do the hypothesis. So you can pause the video, do your hypothesis, and then start it back. And then I listed the materials already for you since I'm demonstrating it and they aren't going to be in front of you. I'm going to just go ahead and list them for you. So you're going to have, I'll go ahead and show you these with my little document camera. So let me get this out of the way. Okay. All right. So this is the little circuit kit that we're going to be using. And I'm going to be attaching these because I want the light bulb to light up. So I'll show you when I do this that it lights up. So you can see that it's lighting up. I will turn this light out over top of me to see if that helps so you guys can see it. But you can obviously see that when I touch these wires that it lights up. Okay. So we're going to be taking each of these items and I'm going to be attaching them to one side and basically just holding it in the middle of it to see if it will conduct the electricity. And if it does, then this light bulb will light up again. And if it doesn't light up, that means that it's not a conductor. So again, we have the wooden stick and the penny. I'm going to use a Post-it, a paper clip, rubber band, and Play-Doh. Okay. So there's your materials. So before we start, I want you to go ahead and take a guess, just your best educated guess on whether or not the penny, wooden stick, rubber band, paper clip, or Play-Doh is a conductor or an insulator. And you can just simply type I or C, or you can type insulator and conductor all the way out. So take a second, think about what you know about them and see, and go ahead and put in a C or an I to represent that. Okay. So once you're done doing that, I'll just explain this column really quick. So it's what happened. So this you're just telling me, did the light bulb light up? Was it really bright? Was it dim? Was it not as bright? Did it not light up at all? Those are all ways that you can describe what happened. And then if it did light up, then obviously it would be a conductor. And if it didn't light up, then it would be considered an insulator. So this is where you're going to put what the correct answer is. So you're not going to get this wrong by your guesses. It's your guess. But I do want you to make sure that at the end, we're able to identify what was a conductor and what was an insulator. Okay. So we will get started. And I'm going to turn this light off and see if that helps. You might be able to see it light up a little bit more, maybe. Let's see. Yeah, I guess it makes it a little brighter. Okay. So you should have made your guesses, and we will start with the penny. I believe that was the first thing I had up there. What did I have? I had a penny, the wooden stick, the rubber band, the paper clip, the paper, and the Play-Doh. Just laid those out so they're in order. Okay. So here we go. We'll see what happens here. So penny. You can see the light bulb. I'm going to set the penny here. I'm going to take both ends of my wires and touch it to the penny. That will complete the circuit. And let's see what happens. Oh, you can see it's lighting up. It's actually pretty bright, but it's definitely lighting up. There, it's not lit up. There it is. Okay, so that lit up. Penny definitely made a little bright light out of the light bulb. All right, the wooden stick. Here we go. I'm going to touch it to it. Nothing. The light bulb is not lighting up. Okay. Rubber band. Touching it. Nothing. Light bulb is not lighting up. Paperclip. Oh, there it goes. It's lighting up. Okay, so paperclip did light up. Got about as bright as the penny, so still pretty bright. Okay, piece of paper. So I'm just going to peel the Post-it off. Set it here. Nothing. Not lighting up. And the Play-Doh. Just take a small little piece here. Here's my Play-Doh. Nothing. Not lighting up. Now, if I touch them together, they do light up, but if I stick it just on the Play-Doh, it is not lighting up. Okay. So if you need to go back and rewind it all to be able to see those, you can do that. But you should have been filling in what was happening. And now you can take a second and fill in the correct answer. So if it didn't light up, then it's an insulator. If it did light up, then it's a conductor. So you can take a second and do that. And then at the end here for your conclusion, remember with your conclusion, you should repeat your hypothesis. So just, you can even look at your, what you guessed and what was the actual answer and just see how many you got right and how many you got wrong. Hopefully some of those were a little more obvious than others. Remember that metals are really good conductors. And then some insulators we talked about were like plastics, styrofoam, rubber. So obviously some of those I feel like were kind of obvious what was going to happen. But at least you got to see some in action. So if you have any questions, please let me know. You should complete this and then go ahead and turn it in. And I will see you all either, I guess, tomorrow or the next day, depending on when you watch this. Have a good rest of your day.